I've been doing this since I was 18 years old, working in many different distilleries, just learning my trade, learning how to make the finest quality whiskey I could, and also to get the best efficiencies out of the distillery as well, until finally in 2003 an opportunity came to work with Ian McLeod Distillers as a distillery manager at Glengoyne Distillery. And here I am now looking for the next challenge. Which is Rosebank Distillery.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Rosebank, it's a challenge to me. In my career to date, Gordon, I've done quite a few things. I've taken on a distillery which was fully manned and fully operational at Glengoyne Distillery. I've taken on a distillery which was mothballed, where I had to go in and recruit a manager and the team, and we had to train up a team. But that was a distillery that was mothballed properly. And now Rosebank, it was never mothballed. It was just closed and then pretty much became derelict. You've seen the site, Gordon.
Yeah.
It needs a lot of TLC. It's in a sad state.
So why do you think this was such an iconic malt?
I think Rosebank, it probably became an iconic malt, like many things become icons after the demise. It is a very good whiskey. It's light, it's a lowland character. And people now, because people are drinking more and more single malt whiskies, more so than they did pre-1993, because a lot of the whiskies, as you know, went into blends. So the lowland whiskies just weren't really bringing a lot to the party as far as the blenders were concerned. So the experts, they recognised Rosebank for what it was, and now they're starting to miss it terribly. It's floral, it's sweet. Nobody else is producing these type of whiskies. It's key that we do recreate the Rosebank spirit character as best as we can. It's going to be a huge challenge, possibly the biggest challenge of my career, and possibly even Ian McLeod. We don't have any staff who used to work at Rosebank. We don't have a recipe of how to produce Rosebank. We've got the kit, we know the sizes, but we do not know the sequences, the temperatures, the flow rates, all different kinds of things. We've got to discover that. It's going to be a really interesting journey, and it's not going to be done overnight.
So Rosebank is famous for its triple distillation, and important, of course, to be recreating that. But of course, there was also those worm tubs, which helped create such a unique spirit character.
It's all about reproducing Rosebank. So if you were to do that without triple distillation and without the worm tubs, you would never be able to accomplish it. Roughly 40% of the flavour of any whiskey comes from the distillation. That's really the thumbprint of where you put your character on. So if we were just going to do double distillation, as most distilleries in Scotland do, we would never get Rosebank. So we've got to do the triple distillation. That's important. That's going to get us these light, fruitier, floral, sweet esters coming through. Then you've got the worm tubs. Now, worm tubs are very rare as well. Most distilleries in Scotland have shell and tube condensers. The worm tub gives you a heavier spirit character, which is kind of a bit of a flip side, because you've got this triple distillation, which is giving you this very light, sweet notes coming through. And then really to enhance that, you'd expect, well, let's have shell and tube condensers, because they would complement that. But no. The Rosebank boys back in the day, they said, let's just kind of shake things up a wee bit. We'll put in these worm tubs, which gives you a heavier spirit character. So I think that's something that's just particularly unique.
And you might make the spirit better,
Yeah, I think we will. I think we will. Times have moved on since 1993. Our understanding of whiskey production is more scientific than we were. So we're not going to produce a poor quality dram, that's for sure. We're going to be at least that level, probably even better, I would think.
And the release of these, we've got some of these be coming out fairly shortly in the next few months.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, and all this stock here we have is all pre-1993.
Well, yeah, I mean, this one here is this is 1990. We've got some just behind this was 1989. But yeah, the youngest would have been May 1993. I personally have tried every one of the Rosebanks.
Tough day at the office.
Tough day at the office. And they're all, I'm pleased to say, very good. In fact, they're excellent. Some are outstandingly good. So when I go home to my wife and I suffer about a hard day at the office, there's not a lot of sympathy there going. Not a lot.